Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, so it is time to be blunt with your homie, the one, the only William J. Hunt. Hope everybody's having a good day. It's sunny here in Oregon. It's fucking hot. Sitting in my car, just kind of dealing with some stuff. I don't know if many people know, it's not even know so much, but I moved back to Monmouth in about 5-6 months ago. And Monmouth is here in Oregon. It's a town that I grew up in. Spent from about the 6th grade until I was just out of high school, GED wise, but still just out of school. So I was like 18 or so when I left here. And yeah, I moved. I've lived all sorts of places and so many states and so many different towns and so many everything. And I've seen a lot, done a lot, and seen a lot, done a lot. And now I'm back. And I'm back here in Monmouth, in a town that reminds me of so much from my childhood. A town that reminds me of times when things were, I don't know, sometimes better and sometimes worse. There's been some really great things that has happened in this town. There's been some really terrible things too, But I guess it's a town that just kind of reminds me, every move I make, it reminds me of my childhood. And it reminds me of times when, my mom was alive and well, my mom was alive. When my mom was alive, she mostly worked anyway. She didn't really go out and do much. And so she was always so busy taking care of 4 kids. Like, what are you supposed to do? Because none of us kids were smart enough to know to start our laundry or clean up after ourselves or anything like that. No offense to my mom's kids. We weren't dumbasses, but we weren't the smartest kids in shoes, let's just say. At least when it came into the thought process of doing for others, instead of just having everyone do for us, So it reminds me of times when my mom was alive, reminds me of times when I was younger. And it also, just this town just looks so much the same. I'm sitting by a park right now that wasn't here when I was growing up, but I've walked down this block so many times. I remember so many walks after school with friends and girlfriends and freestyling and rapping and just having a good time. Just being a kid and not giving a shit about what the world basically serves up. We're in such a rush all the time to always become an adult. We just want to be a grown up, And for most of the people watching this video, if not every single person watching this video, it is far too late. We're already growing ups. The things that we wish we could have done 20 years ago, 30 years ago, whatever else, those things are in the wash. So now I just sit in this town that just reminds me of that shit all the time. It's tough. I love this town because of the ambiance, and it's a great little town, but man, it makes me sad. And Bloodman's kind of going through some shit. I've kind of got a lot of life choices in front of me. And this week I have been pretty much sober, and that's been really tough on me. And today was the day that it just was tough. So I don't really have a lot to say, guys. I'm just trying to get some shit off my chest. And I don't know. Stop and think about what you were like back in the 6th grade, 7th, 8th. All the dreams and thoughts. All the things. And then stop and realize, are we happy where we are? And if we're not, can we change it? Is there any coming back from the road that we went down? So many choices. So many moments that I wish I could make different. That most of us all wish that we could make different. See, Bloodman wanted to go down the river today and not come back up. And that's not a cry for help. That's not anything. That's just me realizing that shit isn't going the way it needs to go. on so many different levels. Financially, I am not stable. I need to be financially stable. And those who I entrust to make me financially stable, in a sense, it's not happening. So I have to start relying on myself. I got to start hustling. I got to start getting a side business. I got to start driving for DoorDash or Uber or whatever else. Something's got to fucking happen. I got to find a part-time job on my days off. Something's got to happen. And it's not my company's fault. It's not the people I work for. It's not really their fault. It's my fault. It's the decisions that I have made in life, not realizing that one day I will be almost 44 years old and still wondering when the fuck am I ever going to make it. And then coming up to the realization that maybe we never will. Maybe this is the made it. This is it. You know, I remember walking by hospital rooms, visiting family and stuff like that when I was a kid, and you see these older people in a room all by themselves, just there. And, you know, when I was young, I didn't really think about that. But as I started getting older, the more I realized I don't want to be that person in that room by myself. But then I realized that no matter what decisions you make, you might always be by yourself. This video makes no sense. I'm jumping all over the place. I guess really the thought process is enjoy what you have, my friends. And if it's not what you want, make it better. And if you can't, then fucking enjoy the fuck out of what we got. Yeah. Because that's all we got. You know, my grandmother's 93 years old. Guaranteed there's a few days that she can look back over and kind of wish she had done things just a tad bit differently. But it didn't happen that way. You know, 93 years old. I'm 43. I'm fucking, 50 years younger than my grandmother. 50 years. That's crazy. But sometimes I just feel like giving up. And I'm not going to, because who the fuck's going to bury me? Who's going to take care of Blunt Man when he's gone? You know? So I got to stick around and at least secure a cardboard box. So don't worry. Everything's good. I just, sometimes in life, man, it seems like everything I do is just wrong. And every choice I make is just wrong. And sometimes it just feels like too much. And sometimes I'm always the happy, smiling, lucky, fucking whatever person in public, as people will point out. And then behind closed doors, I'm not that funny person. I'm not that fucking smiley person. I'm not that person that you really want to be next to. And that's the problem. Is instead I see myself on a daily basis, 5 days out of the week, treating complete strangers with all utter and due respect in my business. Not my business, the business. And then when it comes down to it, when the doors are closed, I ain't fucking making nobody smile. I ain't making nobody laugh, including myself. And that's the problem. If you can be fake in public, then be fake behind closed doors. You know what I mean? If you can make people smile then, make people smile now. Like, and I know there's more people out there feeling this than I know. And maybe no one is. And maybe every single person's like, uh-oh. But don't. I come from stronger material than that. But today is that day in which I want to sit back and just be sad. So, yeah. Don't think about your past. Just enjoy the future, man. And enjoy what we have. And, yeah. Just, yeah. Love you guys. I'll talk to y'all then. Peace.